And we are live, guys. Welcome to the Men of High Value channel, your channel for life and success. My name is Joseph Darling and we are live straight out of Oslo, Norway. Today we will be talking about the habits of the rich. There's a guy whose name is Thomas Corley. He's kind of like a modern day Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, which is focused on what rich people have in common, their behaviors, etc. So Thomas Corley basically did a 5-year study recently about the habits of the rich. What do they have in common? What do they normally do on a regular basis? And we're talking 70% of them, 80% of them, 90% of them. So we're going to talk a little bit about their habits and we'll get right into it. So, first of all, I divided up into 3 categories. I'm reading this book here called Good to Great. I've probably read it 4 or 5 times or more over the last 10 years, and it's a fantastic book. The book itself, it goes through what they do a study comparing 2 equal companies in a different category. I think there's like 8 categories or something like that. And they go through what, and these 2 companies were then in the same industry, they had the same conditions, and one of them managed to take their company and became massively profitable over the next 15 years. And while the other company did not manage to do that at all. They were just stuck and didn't manage to increase their profits. And the difference point was basically what is happening during the transition point that led to that exponential growth. So Good to Great explains that. And he explains that there's 3 different things that need to take place in order for that exponential growth to happen. It's first of all, disciplined people. Second of all, disciplined thought together as a group. And third of all of them had disciplined action. So you put those 3 in categories, and then there's different subcategories within those, but you have to read the book. So anyway, what do the rich have in common? According to Thomas Corley, he said in terms of disciplined people. Now, all of these rich people, what they had in common when it came to being around disciplined people is that they were happy and optimistic. Rich people are normally happy and optimistic. Yes, you can say that it's because of their riches that they're happy and optimistic, but you have to make... If you read some other books about, there's one, The Happiness Advantage or something like that. I haven't read that book yet, but as a concept, it basically is about how the more happy you are, the more successful you will become. So very often people think that, oh, if I'm rich, then I'll get happy. But it's actually the opposite way around, is that you actually need to be happy and optimistic before you become successful. Because becoming successful and becoming rich is a team effort. And if you're negative, and if you are a plague to other people, then you'll never be able to build a team. And to create riches requires building a team. They were happy and optimistic. They were never angry or mad. I love this one. This is one thing that I've been working on for my entire marriage, and we're actually quite successful at it right now, so I'll just keep on at it. They were in good health. Okay, so 76% of these rich people that he investigated, I think there was over 200 of them, at least worked out 30 minutes 4 days a week. 76% of them, that's a lot. In addition, they normally had no junk food, they had no candy, they never got drunk, they never did drugs, and they never smoked. Okay, so probably they did some in their youth maybe, but in general, this is something that was not in their lifestyle at all as they were rich. They flossed daily, and they had minimum 7 hours of sleep daily as well. Cool. Disciplined people that surrounded themselves with disciplined people who had the same habits. You are the average of your 5 people that you spend the most time with. You have to remember that. So are you spending a lot of time with negative people? Then you should probably replace your friends. This is not something heartless, because you're doing it for yourself, of course, but you're also doing it for others. If you don't put that mask on the airplane, then you'll never be able to help anyone else. So if you can manage to avoid negative people like the plague and focus on spending time with happy and optimistic people who have good habits in place, who don't go out and party and so forth, then you will be better off and everyone else around you will be better off, because you will basically keep those habits to yourself as well. In terms of disciplined thought, 88% of them read every single day. Okay, out of all those rich people, they are self-educated. Yes, most of them actually went to college, even though Men of High Value channel does not recommend you to do that. But most of them, all of them, were self-educated and keep educating themselves. And 88% of them read every day. Okay, not only every other day, but every day. So reading is important. Most of these rich people took mentors. They had mentors who taught them what to do and what not to do. And they also mentored others. And 84% of them worked as a team. So it was a team-based action. This was disciplined thought. Disciplined people, disciplined thought. And in terms of disciplined action, they wake up early. That's what rich people do. You gotta get up before everyone else so that you can focus on the task at hand, on your development, so that you can also plan. 81% of these rich people had to-do lists. 80% of them focused on a major goal at any given time. And they work a lot, these rich people. 73% of them work an average of 58 hours per week. And they're bosses at work, they're competitive, 84% never gamble, do not play the lottery. It's a system that's rigged against you. You're not meant to win. And savers, 94% of them have been saving 20% of their income for ever since they started working. 20% of their income. And savers, 96% of them spend less than $6,000 per year on vacation. They normally don't go on vacation. Now $60,000 or no, $6,000 or less they spend on vacation. 96% of them. It sounds like a lot of money. In Norwegian kroners, it's 60,000 or 55,000 or something. You gotta remember that these people are rich. So if they're super rich and multi-millionaires and they only spend less than $6,000 on vacation a year, how much are you spending of your income on vacation a year? So you probably have to reduce that percentage a lot. Me and my wife, we haven't been on a vacation since January to March 2015. We took a long 3-month vacation, and 3 years ago. And I'm so excited. I'm so happy about not taking vacation. So I hope you're with me on that one as well. So anyway, that concludes our live session for today. I hope that you understand a little bit more about the habits of the rich. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, obviously, as we go throughout those 365 days. I have to tell you, I'm excited about doing this channel. I'm excited about helping you to succeed, because I know that if I teach you, then in return, I'll actually become more disciplined, because I need to be an example for you. I need to be a leader for your success. I don't know what habits you're going to do, but please send a message on menofhighvalue@gmail.com, or go to contact on menofhighvalue.com/contact and send me a message about what you want to learn about, which habits you're struggling to apply, and we'll talk about it in depth. I hope you have a fantastic day. My name is Joseph Darling, and this is the Men of High Value channel, your channel for life and success. Make sure to smash the likes and subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow.